Alright, hi guys. I'm going to read 3 poems out of a series I did about Louis Congo. Louis Congo was a slave freed in 1725 to become New Orleans' first executioner. So here goes. Louis Congo to a man on the wheel. I rule this ridge where gators rest and bow their heads, where cicadas sing for my ears only. In the distance, a drum beats, Congo, 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 each time my knuckles crack your hips. My skin and yours tear, but I will deliver you away from this strange land, away from my strange hands that beat, 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 and never cease these days when sunlight drifting through the mosses appears as in an unending dream. So when I finally steal your breath that tries to bend the tall grass brushing against my shins, I will gaze into the bayou, scrub the blood from my thin fingers until, stiff and raw, they strike away my image from the water. And when I'm swallowed in sleep, my heart's pulse will murmur, Louis, 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 knowing before I wake, my hands will grope for your limbs and piece them back together again. The Passion of Louis Congo. The slaves are keeping secrets from you now, prophesying into the wrought iron railings they mold around balconies like cat's claw vines. Louis Congo, walking past, can you hear them whisper to each other? The quarter will burn, the city will flood, you will fall to pieces. Over your shoulder, the Superior Council members drape a coil of rope and a length of chain. Feel their weight gnawing into your skin. Let your knee buckle like air beneath crow's wings. Louis Congo, the slave's fists crack your cheekbone, the skin around it yellow and tender, scabs over, heals, tears open, scabs, heals, until the scar tissue, anchored to the skin in strips, bleeds sluggishly when sliced, splits to reveal bits of bone white. Louis Congo, I've slipped, your skin over mine, the rough pads of your palms, the weight of your calves, the film of sweat spread across your face. I know the arch of your back is royal only the way a tin can be royal glinting in the sunlight. Louis Congo, when you ask, stumbling into the Attorney General's office, your lips cracked from uneasy breaths, help me, Francois. Oh, Louis, don't you know better? Monsieur Fleuriot looks up and says, I'll pass on your request, but until then, take this stone, wet your blades. When Louis Congo comes home one night, his wife peels back his shirt, damp and stained with sweat or blood, and lets her fingertips slide across his shoulder where the skin rises up, inflamed, a flush of purple. In the steaming water, you watch your wife's hand dip down into the copper tub and draw out a white rag the way one would lift up a handful of sand, the water running down again. Her hands cradle the cloth like a dove, wiping it beneath your eye, Louis Congo, and dragging it along your jawline. Louis Congo, bleeding beneath your skin, ask the Attorney General again. Louis Congo, curled on the ground, reach for what the slaves have forgotten, a torn blanket and an old coat. Take them, Louis Congo, take them in your hand. Rub the fabric across your bruised cheeks and whisper, c'est fini, c'est fini. I know better. In the evening, Suddenly, the air stills. From the cypress trees, the cicadas sing like sirens, and Louis Congo dreams of slaves lit by embers. Smoke stinging their eyes, they shift red coals and temper iron. Before their faces, steam rises like a veil in the black, where over coal-dark anvils they forge his fate. The crossbar of a crucifix they will lower to his grave. Louis Congo's wife. Waist deep now, I tread unsettled waters, my skirts floating up like swamp gas. I drag your limbs behind me, mon cher, a yard of twine tethered to your ankles. My feet sink into the curdling mud, my breasts, dark studded with droplets that catch the sunlight, heave up above the water. Chest deep now, I climb onto your body, a raft barely held together under my knees, floating just below the bayou surface. The stitches that hold thigh to hip have loosened, and I tighten the threads, pulling the free ends taut and knotting them. As the sky begins to darken, I float past narrow banks of muddied land I'll never return to, where a pair of torches flashed like cayman eyes and 8 blistered hands dragged you from our bed by the ankles, the way Set captured Osiris. I've picked up every piece of you, toes, knuckles, lips scattered across the swampland, every chunk, swollen and gnawed upon, pushed up by the bottom feeders, and still you drift away from me, demanding blackberries and tafia, libation for the dead. Tugging the threads that keep you together, I watch them slice through muscle and skin. Your fingers, ribs, balls, and calves pull away like crab meat pecked from the shell. And I sink through. Thank you.